Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to anybody who's watching this. This is a amazing new concept for YouTube where I'm going to sit and criticise and review movies while I have some drinks. This is the first episode of Cinema Slurs. Drunken slurs. Not racial slurs, just because I've got a skinhead. Don't be fucking judgmental, And we'll be looking at old films, new films, shit films, good films, fucking middle of the road trash. And we will be looking at them and reviewing them and seeing if they are worth your time or your money. Most of the time, probably fucking not. But let me do that so that you don't have to. Let me watch all the fucking trash and all the crap to save you the effort and save you the fucking losing your brain cells and your sanity. So this is episode 1 of many, many, many episodes, I'm sure. It took me a long time to get to finally do this due to fucking procrastination and laziness and fucking working 8 days a week, but finally now, even though I'm working fucking 10 days in a row without a day off, I've found a little bit of time to do this. So this is episode 1, where we are looking at Midsommar, which I saw the day it came out, if I have my things. See, I go to the View cinema in Edinburgh, the Omni Centre, not the fucking Odeon. Fuck the Odeon. They charge you like 45 fucking grand for a small fucking popcorn. You have to sell your fucking kids' organs in the black market to see a shit film at the Odeon. When you go to the View to see a shit film or any film, it only costs you like fucking 13 quid for 2 tickets in the VIP bit. You know? It's not that fucking much money. So I went and saw Midsommar. You can see that. Not too glary. On the 3rd, the date came out, the premiere or whatever it is, and I also saw the second film we'll be talking about in this episode, Annabelle Comes Home, on the day it came out, on the 10th of July, and I was meant to do this video, like, film my reactions, like, the night after I'd seen them, or the day after I'd seen them, but I ended up having to work, and ended up making stuff for another video that's going to be episode 2 of Cinema Slurs. But anyway, this is episode 1. So,
unbelievable.
Welcome and happy midsummer. Skål!
What time is it?
9 p.m.
That can't be right. The sky is blue.
This is what 9 p.m. is like here.
How long have you two been together?
Just over 3.5 years.
4 years.
Really?
Yeah?
What do you think?
It's like another world.
Tomorrow's a big day.
Is it scary?
What is it?
It has special properties. What am I going through?
We just need to acclimate.
I don't want to acclimate, I want to go.
Absolutely not.
What's happening?
Midsommar. Now, I enjoyed Midsommar, and what's his name? Ari Aster's last film called Hereditary. I thought that was good, but I didn't see a trailer for Hereditary. I just kind of went in not really knowing anything about it. I went and saw it in Perth, I think. I'm sure I went and saw it with my dad, and I think we were drinking. I can't really remember, but I remember it being like quite long. Same with this film's really long, and especially if you've got like alcohol in you. And I would recommend anybody. It's 2019. Stop going to the cinema sober. Fuck that. I would not fucking ever venture into a fucking cinema without alcohol in me. I'd maybe watch a film in the house without drinking, but not the fucking cinema. Fuck that. You know, get yourself some food, get yourself some cocktails, drink a bottle of wine before you go, and then drink while you're there. And, you know, just go for a piss at bits that are shit, which majority of the time is 99% of any film I see. But not Midsommar. Midsommar was good, but what's the plot of Midsommar? To try and even think of it, sum it up.
To go.
Yeah, and then I got the opportunity and I decided
Look, I
to
don't
do
mind
it.
you going. I just wish you would have told me. That's all.
Dude, she needs a therapist. You've been wanting out of this stupid relationship for like a year now.
And don't forget about all of the beautiful Swedish women you'll meet in June.
Okay, guys.
That's not her again. Seriously?
Babe, what's happening? Danny.
I was so very sorry to hear about what happened.
I'm sorry.
I invited Danny to come to Sweden. You know what she's been going through.
Christian says you've got this special week planned.
This girl and this guy are kind of in a shitty relationship, and he can't be fucked with her, and she's went through all this psychological trauma because her sister, like, this is one of the best parts of the film, one of the best scenes of the stuff that's meant to be scary. Her sister, like, kills her mum and dad and herself by, like, you know, if you, like, cut a gas pipe, like the whole gas pipe for a house, she basically, like, cuts it so, like, the whole place fills with gas and they die, like, they suffocate, but she has got the gas pipe, like, in her mouth sitting back, so that was good. I enjoyed that. So basically it's them and her boyfriend's friends are going to this festival in Sweden. Like, her boyfriend and her boyfriend's friends have planned it, and she's like, oh, with all this trauma with her family, she's like, oh, can I come? And they're like, yeah, sure you can come. They don't think she's going to go, but she does, so blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they go to this festival, and lots of weird, spooky shit happens, blah, 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 blah. And then, like, this is going to be spoilers. I might put it up on the screen. I don't know. I don't know if the editing team, which is me, will put spoilers up, but spoilers. Basically, everybody apart from the main girl gets killed, and it's like Ari Aster's other film, Hereditary. Or I'm sure he's got other films, but the last film I saw was Hereditary, where there's fuck off Nelly, my cat's just wandering about, she doesn't know what's going on. There's always, like, it's cults, some sort of cult. There's going to be naked people at some point. And there's going to be people set on fire, and it's going to be miserable. Miserable in a good way, like miserable in a sort of creative, like, entertaining way, not miserable in a sort of, like, Annabelle comes home way. But yeah, so basically they all go to this fucking place, and throughout the entire film, from the minute they get there, because, like, one of the friends that they have in America, they're all American, one of the friends they have in America is from this town in Sweden that they hold this festival every 90 years, the Midsommar Festival, whatever the fuck it's called. And he basically, oh yeah, you should come, blah, blah, but it turns out, imagine that he's just sort of made to bring foreigners in because they used them in a sort of sacrificial ritual at the end of it by this little, like, weird blonde thing that kind of looks like the Elephant Man, and it's in, like, 2 scenes. It's in the trailer, you see it at the very end of the trailer, and you kind of think, oh, is the main girl going to turn into, like, this grotesque thing, whatever it is, but it's meant to just be a thing that's, like, born out of incest. And it's the Oracle, according to Wikipedia. I don't know. When I was watching this film, I was drinking, so I have to read up on stuff. This is why I didn't do it right after, because I didn't fucking remember any of it. Anyway, but this boy's like the Oracle, and they all sleep in this big barn, he's the one that draws the things, and when she's dancing around the maypole in one scene, and at the very end the boyfriend of her gets like put in a bear carcass and set on fire with her other friends and other people from the village, and it's all because of this oracle incest child thing that's made all these drawings that's what they follow along in their rituals. It's very like convoluted and strange, a bit like the ending and a bit like the story of like Hereditary, when it's like a devil cult with her grandmother and blah blah blah. But I don't know, if I hadn't seen the trailer for Midsommar, I probably would have enjoyed it more. But it was good. I enjoyed it. The best scene in the film by a mile was, there's these two elders in the village, and the way they sit, one of the cooler bits of they all sit at tables, but they're all kind of like at weird angles, like long tables like that, and it swings around, and they're all sitting on these big tables like outside, and they're all like drinking. And there's like these two elders, and they go in this house and they come back out, and they're the two of the elder people from the village that are sacrificing themselves. And the American tourists, the main characters, are all watching them. They go to the top of this cliff, and the woman goes first. She jumps off the cliff, and there's a big rock, and she goes bang, crushes, dead. They're all like ah, ah! And then the old man goes next, but instead of hitting the big rock, he misses and just lands and breaks his legs, and he's like ah, ah, screaming. But one of the villagers gets a big fucking mallet and just bashes his head in. And it might have been the alcohol, but that was very, very, very funny to me. I was laughing. I think maybe the only person laughing in the pictures, and it was packed as well, which was surprising. But they only had one fucking screen on for it. One screen for Midsommar on its fucking opening night. They had like 21 screens for Toy Story 4 and 45 screens for someone else and 6 screens for that film called, what the fuck's it called? Yesterday? About that fucking like Pakistani guy who like lives in a time where the Beatles don't exist or something, and fuck that. That got more screens than Midsommar, which is sad and pathetic. Because Midsommar's not a perfect film, but it's a good film, and it's better than all that shit. All that fucking, you know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, so that's like probably one of the goriest bits in the film or whatever, but I didn't think anything was that scary. I remember a reading thing about it where they were like, oh, Midsommar, it's making men afraid to like go out in the sunshine or something. I was like, what? I didn't understand.
What time is it?
9 p.m.
That can't be right. The sky is blue.
This is what 9 p.m. is like here.
Welcome and happy Midsummer.
Unbelievable.
That doesn't really play a big part of it. It's just because it's like Sweden and it's summer. Like, it doesn't really matter. There is nighttime in it. Like, it would make any fucking sense. But yeah, the best bit was when they do that. There's another bit that might have been horrifying, whatever, was the bit where the guy gets like burned in a bear. They've got a bear in a cage earlier on in the film, and then you're like, oh, there's a bear, haha, I think it's going to come into it. There's like a joke about it, whatever. And then at the end of the film, the distant boyfriend of the main blonde, Moni Bird, whatever her name is, Ali, I don't know, I can't remember. He gets put in this. They cut the bear open, they rip all its guts out, and they put him in a bear carcass, and they set him on fire. And then there's another bit where the main character like makes pies with the women. She like learns how to like bake pies and makes pies with all the women in the thing. And it's like, oh, she's now part of the community because she's never really felt like she's with anybody because her boyfriend doesn't care about her and doesn't have any friends and her family's all dead. And, oh, this community cares about me, blah, blah, blah. But I'm sure they're just putting like bits of dead bodies in the pies, and they're like human pies, because I think somebody finds like a pubic hair in one, I think. I don't know. Other than bits like that and the bit where the sister killed herself at the start of the film, like, it's not that fucking scary. It's weird, but it's probably not as scary as Hereditary, but because I've seen Hereditary, it kind of made this film less scary, if that makes sense. Like, maybe if I'd seen this first, I would have thought the same about Hereditary. I don't know. They were kind of similar, but they weren't too similar. But what else happens in it? Incest, cults. Yeah, it was good. I had the Bandersnatch man in it. The guy from the Netflix Black Mirror fucking Bandersnatch thing. The guy with the blonde hair who takes all the drugs. Jumps off the thing. He was in it. He kind of played like a dickhead. Other bits that I didn't really understand. There's like a black guy who was with our group. He was like one of the friends, and he was doing like a thesis on for university or college or something, and he was like, "Oh, I'm doing this thesis on cults or Swedish towns or Swedish traditions or something," and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to do my thesis on this cult in Midsommar, because after the two people have fallen off the thing." And then the boyfriend of the main character is like, "Oh, I'm going to do my thesis on these people." I wasn't even aware that, until this happened, I wasn't even really aware that they were like at college or university. I thought they were going to a festival. Like, why are they doing it? Like the black guy's kind of doing it for a thesis. Then the other guy's like, "Oh no, I'm doing it as a thesis." Like, I didn't really understand. But all the actors were okay, apart from like the main character. By the end of it, you're just kind of like, she's just, you know, the sort of look that Frodo Baggins, what's his name, Elijah Wood, that's how he's called. What's his name? Is it Elijah Wood? Yeah, you know the sort of look. It's just sort of like one expression. Like, she just kind of looks at the end. So, but you know, whatever. But throughout the entire film, I can't remember if I said this earlier on, throughout the entire film, like, this is one main thing I noticed was, from the minute they get to the camp, and like the guy who's in their group, who's from the town, the one who's like their friend who's from the town, meets up with his brother, I think, and they're like, "Oh, blah blah blah, we'll take some mushrooms." So they take some mushrooms, fair enough. But from then on until the very end of the film, they are either intentionally getting out their nut or being drugged consistently by anything they're eating and anything they're drinking, and it's like they're all fucked out of their minds constantly. Like, when she's doing the maypole dance and she's dancing around, she becomes the May Queen for Midsommar, and she's the one that gets to decide who gets sacrificed, blah blah. She's fucking out her head. When her distant boyfriend man fucks the ginger-haired girl from the tribe and implants her with a seed, I think that's what happens. That they need to. Is that part of ritual? All the like women elders from the village are all like standing around her like naked, and they're all like thrust at the same time. Was it meant to be funny? People were laughing in the cinema when I was there. I don't think it was meant to be funny. It's probably meant to be like, you know, as funny as the bit that I laughed at when that fucking man got his legs broken and his head caved in. But whatever. But yeah, like, he was on fucking drugs, she was on drugs, they were all on drugs, everybody was on drugs all the time, drugged, purposely or unpurposely, they're all on drugs. Don't you think, Nelly? The cat doesn't even know what the fuck was going on, she's on nut as well. But yeah, so Midsommar was good. It had a budget of 9 million according to my extensive research, and got a box office so far of 29 million. Which is shit, really, for a film. I mean, people will say, the night before we went and saw it, I let my girlfriend watch The Wicker Man. Like 1973? 1970, 1976? 73? I can't remember. 70 something. Early 70s, mid 70s, can't remember. She'd never seen it before. And I think that watching that, and obviously, like, Summer Isle, Midsommar, blah blah blah, summer, blah blah blah, and it's about a cult, and it's about sacrifice, and somebody gets burned at the end, and they get put inside a thing, and they get burned, and ritual sacrifice, and to bring them good harvest. I can't really remember. I can't remember if it's like that in Midsommar, but that's what it's like in Wicker Man. But I think if I hadn't shown her that, she probably would have enjoyed Midsommar more. I don't know, but it was good. I'd 100% recommend it, because there's not many films like, I don't. That Ari Aster's films are kind of. I've not really watched any interviews with them. I've not really watched any interviews with the cast. I don't care, like, whatever. But they're good. Like, they're entertaining. But it's kind of like whenever he's like, "Oh my god, it's terrifying. Oh my god," especially with Hereditary. They're like, "Oh my god, it's the scariest film of all time. It's the scariest film since The Exorcist," and you think, it's not the scariest film of all time. It's good. It's different, which is what you want in this day and age, because it's not a fucking rehash of a kids film that came out 20 years ago, or a fucking superhero movie. Fuck me. Or just the same tired old shit like Annabelle Comes Home. Fucking hell. But yeah, it's good. It's different. It's a bit long. It's not the best film, but it's okay. I 100% recommend it. People should go and see it. But yeah. And for my ratings on things, because I'm creative, you see. This is a new creative, witty idea. I'm going to rate films. I wrote down a note on my phone. I don't even know where my phone is. That I'm either... Where the fuck is it? I'm going to find it. And be professional. This is what I do when I'm at work and I'm bored. Oh yeah, before I even do that. No, wait, no, fuck it, yeah. So, we're going to have 4 categories so far. So, we're going to pour it down the fucking drain. Means it's bad. I wouldn't do that to Midsommar. No, I wouldn't pour it down the drain. Couple of sips. That just means it's middle of the road. Fuck it, nah. Swig. Good. Yeah, swig it, fuck it. And down it means the film's fucking great. So, I would say for Midsommar on that imaginary list of things I've just like made up this afternoon, I'd say I'd swig it. I wouldn't say it was great, I'd say it was good. I don't know if my cynical brain, or if because of Hereditary or because of The Wicker Man or anything, it's making me think it's not as good as what it was. I don't know. I thought Midsommar pretty good, so I'd swig it. I'd watch it again. I think maybe if I watched it again I'd probably get more out of it. Seems like one of those sort of films. Because I didn't really understand the ending, really. Like, I understood the ritual, like, because of the incest, Oracle, blonde, Josephine Merrick, whoever it was. I don't know if it was a boy or a girl, who knows. The main character, what's her name? I can't remember. What have I wrote her down in my notes as? Blonde, moaning woman. What a shame for her. She was like the May Queen, she was like covered in flowers. And she saw like her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or whatever get set to fire, and there's all the other villagers were in the building that went on fire, and her friends were on fire, everybody was on fire, and it went, and then she was kind of smiling, she's like, oh, I'm the May Queen, blah 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 blah. It was okay, but yeah, so that was Midsommar.
I don't know why you invited us.
That's why you look so guilty right now, because you know.
We only do this every 90 years.
I was most excited for you to come.
You know the thing that's most depressing about this Annabelle Comes Home part of this episode is the fact that I just recorded it and then I forgot, I somehow deleted it before saving it. So it means I have to fucking do it all again. Fuck's sake. Annabelle Comes Home. I'm at a loss for words here. I can't believe that. Fucking lot of shite.
What's this?
You folks need to turn around. Pretty bad accident up ahead.
Anything we can do?
You a doctor or something?
Or something.
Nice doll.
That's what you think.
Probably one of the most boring, miserable experiences I've ever had. It might be one of the most boring and miserable films I've ever seen. And believe you me, I have seen a lot of fucking boring, miserable fucking shit in my time. Now this is a sequel to the film Annabelle, which is also a sequel to the prequel called Annabelle Creation. And we could package all these films up into a nice big ball and just fucking shit all over it. They're all shit. This might be the worst one. This might be the worst of all of the Annabelle films. but it's very, very difficult to judge because Annabelle Creation was probably the worst film I saw in 2017, I think it came out. Where's my notes? My illustrious notes. Oh, it's good. I wrote a fucking date for Comes Home and Annabelle, the first one. I didn't write a date down for the Creation. That's good. Well done. Yeah, so the plot. Basically, the Warrens, Patrick Wilson and whatever the fuck her name is, they pick up the Annabelle doll from the end of the first film, I assume, and they're driving down the road, and then the car stops, and he's like, oh, this is also the bit where I was showing you in the fucking trailer, where the guy, the policeman stops him, he's like, creepy doll, and they're like, oh, that's what you think, and he, what else does he say? He says something like, or are you a doctor or something? He's like, oh, or something, we all have a big hearty laugh, But they've got Annabelle the doll in the back of the car, which is basically a demon. And later on in the film, they put Annabelle in a case to encase Annabelle, the demon that whatever Annabelle. It doesn't make any sense. There's no rules. None of it matters. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so Annabelle's sitting in the back of their car. Drive past this graveyard. Ooh, spooky. It's all foggy in that. The car stops. He goes to fix the car, and then the woman who's got the premonitions. She's like, oh, there's demons over there in that thing, because the doll's invoking all the demons to come out. Oh, God almighty, please. Even though the demon and the doll could do anything it wants, considering based on Annabelle Creation and the other Annabelle film, it can move anything, it can go where it wants, it can possess what it wants, it can possess scarecrows, it can possess imaginary nun ladies, it can fucking rip whole houses apart, it can move the fucking chair up and down the thing. It can do what it wants. The doll means nothing. That is, again, these films are not about the doll. The doll's just a hook for people to sell, for idiots to buy it. It's like, oh, that doll's spooky. Oh, it's so spooky. Oh, Christ almighty, it's so spooky. But it's so scary and spooky looking that it isn't scary. But the whole point of the Annabelle films is it's not about the doll. It's about the demon that is in the doll or is bound to the doll or something, but it isn't bound to the doll, because in other films it possesses other stuff, and it can twist out light bulbs, and it can do whatever it wants. But no, apparently not in this car. All it does is it lets all these demons come out and try and attack Patrick Wilson as he's trying to fucking fix a car or fucking have a fag or whatever the fuck he's doing. And then, oh no, they drive away. Oh my God, the demons, oh, Annabelle doll, let's keep it in our fucking basement with all these other demons in it. Fucking... And from the time that... Oh, God, it's making me angry just talking about this. So basically, the Warrens bring the Annabelle doll back to the house in their basement full of all their other weird, creepy shit that they keep. We have to keep it in our basement so that no one else can have it. So it's safe, because we are good people. And they put it in this glass case made out of fucking Pope-mobile glass or fucking holy glass or something. And they put it in this case, the Annabelle doll, and it's blessed by this priest cunt and sealed. Oh, Annabelle, right. And they put a big sign on it, right, that says, do not open, danger, do not open ever, or something. And you're like, in the logic of the film, no one's allowed in that room apart from Mr. and Mrs. Warren. So surely they know that they've not to open the case. So why have they wrote a big sign on it saying don't open the case? They don't know that other people are going to go in there and break into the case and open it. So they've just put it on just in case that happens. That's a good pun there, eh? But why would you write that on it? It's like in that film A Quiet Place, where the guys wrote down all the things about the monsters. What is the monster's weakness? What does blah blah blah? What is blah blah blah? It's why would you write these things down? You wouldn't. You would know internally, because it's you that's doing it all the time, that you would need to write it down. You need to write on the case, do not open the case, because it's you that's put it in the case. You wouldn't open it, would you? Christ almighty. Oh, God. Anyway, so they put the thing in the case. Then Mr. and Mrs. Warren go out for a night in the town to snort cocaine and whatever the fuck they're doing. And they leave their daughter, Judy, according to my notes, in the capable hands of a blonde-haired babysitter. And then the blonde-haired babysitter's black-haired, emo-ish friend comes over, who's a bit of a bitch. Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then she ends up breaking into the downstairs bit of the house where they keep Annabelle and they keep all the fucking evil, creepy stuff.
How could you not tell me you're babysitting for the Warrens tonight?
And we'll be back early tomorrow morning.
Have fun. Don't your parents keep any creepy stuff around?
We keep it all locked away in a room. It's not good for anyone to go in there. My dad says that everything in there is either haunted, cursed, or used in some ritualistic practice.
The point of that is because her dad's dead and she wants to speak to her dad, and she thinks if she speaks to these artifacts and relics of nothing that she might speak to her dad. But lo and behold, Annabelle gets out the case. Oh wait, no, the doll just sort of falls out the case, but the demon's now out. Even though the demon could have just done that when it was in the car with the Warrens. Oh, fuck. Anyway, the demon's now out, and then the rest of the film's like black-haired girl, blonde-haired girl, and the daughter of the Warrens just being tormented by things like a fucking samurai warrior and a CGI wolf and a fucking wedding dress, and oh, it's all spooky, it's all creepy, and a TV that tells the future. God, what fun, what larks we had. Oh. But it was just shit. And then in the film, no one dies. Either the girlfriend of the blonde-haired, I think it's the blonde-haired girl's boyfriend, comes to the house to serenade her or fuck her or speak to her or do something, and he gets attacked by the big CGI wolf, and you're like, oh, maybe there's a death, maybe somebody will die. But no. Because in Annabelle creation only 2 people die, and it's fucking the stupid bitch for Lord of the Rings, I forget her name. She's lying in bed the whole film. And the dad of Annabelle, the parents of Annabelle get killed in that film. No one else dies.
I'll get it.
In this film, no one dies. No one dies. There's no deaths. There's no tension. It's just pointless. There's a bit where the Judy girl's like in bed, and she's like under the covers, and there's like the Annabelle doll. I'll probably have shown it in like a trailer or something. And she's like, oh, the Annabelle doll's like, and it's like, what's this demon doing? What does it do in Annabelle creation? Like, what is its goals? What is its motivation? What is the point? It's like, it's the same as the Paranormal Activity films that I will be speaking about in episode 2, to give you a little spoiler of Cinema Slurs. It's like, what is the goal? What's the overall goal? What's the point of these demons? Are they meant to be just all mystical? Oh, spooky. Oh, you don't know what our motivations are. I need motivations for these films, because if they don't have any motivations, then there's no fucking point. So the demon gets out. Same in Annabelle creation, it gets out. Then what? It can do whatever it wants. It can rip anything apart. It can untwist light bulbs. It can destroy whole houses. It can throw chairs up and down. You know what I mean? In this film, what does it do? Oh, it fucking pokes the wee Annabelle doll about in some sheets. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's so spooky. It's a doll. Oh, go on. Ah, it's so spooky. Oh, there's a TV. Oh, let's turn all these things on. Oh. And then no one dies, and eventually they put Annabelle back in the case, and then the little girls say to Patrick Wilson and Mrs. Patrick Wilson, or whatever the fuck her name is, like, oh, sorry we let Annabelle out. Oh, no one died. And they're like, ah, they're there. And it was just shit. And it made, so what did I say? Midsommar had 9 million budget, 29 million box office. This film, 27 to 32 million budget, and then a box office of 210.5 million at time of recording this, and this is the 1st of August. That's horrifyingly sad. The Midsommar can't even make 30 million, and this can make 210.5 million. There are Annabelle films. Annabelle first one, 6.5 million, and it made budget, and it made 257.1 million. and 50 million budget for Annabelle creation. And the box office was 306.5 million. Just for nothing, just for trash. They're not even about dolls, they're about demons, and the demons don't there's no point. There's no rules, there's no plot. Like, the plot is, oh, the Annabelle gets out, oh, we need to put the Annabelle back in, oh, we put the Annabelle back in, oh, that's it, oh. And then I think the little girl, Judy's meant to have like the same sort of psychological force powers. Oh, no, as her mum. There's just a scene where they're in Patrick Wilson, Mrs. Wilson's office, and there's like the bridesmaid dress ghost ladies like running about, and then she's like, oh, she's got powers, but they don't even really talk about it. I think they show like a video roll of it being like, of its like exorcism or something, and that's how they get. I don't fucking know. It was fucking garbage. Like, it was so boring, so bland. It's not scary. It's not good. There's no kills. There's no nothing. There's no rules for the demon, and it's nothing to do with Annabelle. It's the same as the other films. It's nothing to do with her. It's about a demon, and the demon can do what it wants, but it doesn't do what it wants, and then it's just, ugh. And I don't understand how these films are still successful. How do they still make money? I think, so what is it so far? So is this... It could be the least successful Annabelle film with the biggest budget, but it's still making 210.5 million at the box office for a boring, miserable pile of shit. Ugh. And on my rating scale that I have for, I can't even remember what they are now. Oh yeah, so for a bad film, which this is, very, very bad, and it's not so bad that it's funny, you know, like films like The Room or Battlefield Earth or fucking Samurai Cop or fucking, what else is so bad that it's funny? Trash like The Boy, or what's another fucking shit film that I really enjoy laughing at? Oh shit, I wish I could remember the name of that. What's it called? Fuck. I'm going to need to find that out. Pause the video. There we go, remembered it now. Try to type it in. The Collector, or The Collection. Like, they're like terrible films, but they're funny because they're so bad. And there's like lots of like amusing kills and stuff in them. But this film, it's just nothing. And it's so full of nothing, and it makes so much money that it makes me fucking weep. So, for my thing for Annabelle, it is a terrible fucking shit film. Do not go and see it. Spend your money wisely and go and see, if these films are still out by the time I made this video, because I've left it too late because I'm a fucking idiot. If these films are still out, go and see Midsommar if you want to see a fucking horror movie in the summer. Don't see Annabelle creation, please. Pour Annabelle down the drain. Pull all the Annabelle films down the drain. Fuck them. They're all shit. Fuck them. Fuck you, Annabelle.
Annabelle is the beacon for other spirits.
Mrs. Warren?
Mom? Is everything okay?
Something is happening inside your house, and we're not really sure what to do.
Can I speak to Annabelle?
I'm sorry?
You need to give her a soul, dear. She wants a soul.